Andy, do you remember? Come over here, come. You come and stand there as you're quite tall. Yeah? Yeah. Do you remember the structural problem that there was on this single-story building over here? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
The subsidence.
Any comments?
I can get through it now.
You can get through it now?
Yeah.
Yeah? Go and have a go, let's see. We have proof in the pudding. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. I'm used to it.
Very nice. Here we are.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't show that.
So this is right at the beginning. So later on I'll show you what we do to it. Here's right at the beginning of what it looks like. Come on in. Be careful where you step. Come on in, come on in. This is how it starts. Later on I will show you what it turns into. So this place was a drug den. This, believe it or not, has actually been cleared out. There was stuff everywhere. It was a complete mess. Have a look round and tell me what you think. And later on what we do is in the next property, I'll show you what this turns into. Right, look at this. Can you see this? Look what they did. See, you really got to have the vision to be able to see what you can turn stock into. So properties like this, which are really tired, yet it's all very cosmetic, can be turned into amazing accommodation. So what we've got to remember when we're doing HMOs, so if you're doing it to a good standard, if it's in a reasonable condition, it's irrelevant of it being in a reasonable condition, or it can be in a very bad condition, you're going to do the work anyway. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter, you see. So you really got to, like what I say, have that vision of understanding what you can turn this into. Many people don't have that vision. This is how you get discounted deals. This is how you get motivated sellers, motivated properties. You got to look through what you're actually seeing right now. So let's have a look at the kitchen. Now remember, this is being cleaned out. So comments about the kitchen?
User-friendly.
User-friendly. You're so nice. So, of course, it needs a whole new kitchen. What was here before here? It's been taken out. I mean, look at the bathroom. And after the bathroom, we're going to look at your faces.
I think you have to have very trained. Do DIY.
Wow, this is interesting. Okay.
Look at this. Now, apparently this is known as a grow lamp. I mean, talk about creative. Why not be creative on the right side?
Yeah, when you said cosmetic, I was asking if you are going to rip all the inside out, how can it be cosmetic? It's more like a rebuild.
So we've got to understand the clarity of what cosmetic is. So cosmetic means that there's no structural problems and the property in its safe is safe and sound itself. So cosmetic means that, yeah, we'll take it back to brick, it'll be completely new plastering, it'll be completely new rewiring, it'll be a new gas central heating system, but there's no subsidence, no structural problems, and there's no red ash, there's none of that kind of stuff going on. So in its entirety, it's a good sound property. It just needs a whole complete revamp. Let's have a look upstairs and you can see what they did to the ceilings and so on. Give you an indicator what people do. So here we are on the top floor. So this is one of the bedrooms. It's a 2-bedroom property, which we're going to turn into a 3-bedroom HMO. So we're going to use a lounge area as well. Now this property, the way we bought it is because there was a motivated seller. You can see clearly why. You look at the ceiling. So all the ceiling was ripped out. This was actually treated as a drug den. There was growing of various substances going on in here. There was police coming in and breaking in. That happened a couple of times. So there's a lot going on here. So do you agree, distressed seller?
Yeah.
Yeah, distressed seller. And also, as you can see, it's a distressed property.
Would you replace the...
So would you replace the floorboards? No.
No.
So we've got to keep it cost effective. And the floorboards absolutely fine. Guy, you had a question.
Yeah, so given what's happened with the roof, the ceilings and everything, would you get a surveyor to come in first to advise on whether to proceed, or from personal experience you just know it's safe?
Yeah. So if you did want to do a home buyer survey, you could. But once you've done this a few times, you will notice you can actually pick up the things that are challenging, or things that are actually pretty good. They're just cosmetic. If in doubt, go ahead and get that done. And if they then say, oh, you need a structural report, well, then you could get a structural report. But in here, if you look around, let me give you some tips on this then. If you look around, you will notice that there isn't any structural problems there. How do you know there's no structural problems? Because we are standing right now in the back bedroom. You've got the wall, the exterior wall to the back of the property. And if you look at that exterior wall at the back of the property, because this property hasn't been renovated, what you can notice is if you look very carefully between the walls and the ceilings, you will notice that there are no cracks. Yeah, there's no cracks here, which means that there isn't really anything moving. Because if it was moving, it would show up right now. Yeah, if the property was moving backwards, for example, if it was coming apart, it will show, and it doesn't show that anywhere in this property. Now, if this property was decorated and there was a crack showing, well, then that would show that that's movement. That would be progressive movement, and progressive movement is really bad. So these are kind of little tips that you can pick up on. Yeah. So where it's not renovated, it's kind of an advantage to you to notice structural changes, problems. So I really hope that this is opening up your eyes.
Yes, it has.
To actually see what potentials there are in properties. And I will show you later on another property which has been completed, and you'll notice a complete transformation. Come on in, guys, come on in. So here we got our HMO student let, fully refurbished, and you've just seen what state these properties can be in, and now you can see the state that this property is in now. Andy, you've been here when it started, the project when it started.
Yep.
What would you say is the difference between then and now?
A massive difference, absolutely incredible. Just from a complete mess with the structural thing to this is incredible. I've lost words.
How does it make you feel?
Ecstatic. Really happy. It's incredible.
Okay, so let's discuss this. So this is a student HMO. So you've looked through and seen the quality. You've also seen what it was before and what it can be. So how many bedrooms have you noticed there?
3.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So this is a 2-bedroom house, and we made it into a 3 bedrooms. We use a lounge area to make it into a 3rd bedroom. Now, many people think that you can't take a 2-bedroom property and make it into a 3-bedroom HMO. You clearly can see that yes, you can. And you've seen the standard of the quality that we do as well. Now, to be fair, it looks very high-end, doesn't it? Yeah. However, in terms of the costings, it's actually very medium end. In terms of the costing. So we value engineered the cost down, although it does look amazing. Furnishings haven't come in yet. So this is a finished product in terms of refurbishment. However, it's not the finished product in terms of furnishings. When the furnishings come in, it's going to have an even better wow factor. So really important that we have this type of quality for your HMOs, because average doesn't work. You've got to be above and beyond what everybody else is doing to make sure your HMOs get rented. So that's what we're doing here. And over to you. I want to hear your comments, your questions, your suggestions. So what are you thinking? What do you find? Because you had comments. What as you gone around? What do you thought?
It's lovely. But if this is a bedroom, when will the others go through the bedroom to use the utilities?
So right now,
work?
So right now we're standing in the lounge area.
Yeah.
So this is the communal space. The communal space is very important, especially when it comes to valuations, because valuers will require a communal space. Mistake that many people make is they don't take out the communal space. And what happens is they don't get a valuation. They get a 0 valuation. So the communal space is important. And we've got 3 bedrooms here, and 3 bedrooms will create a good amount of income. So you're looking at circa anywhere between £6,000 to £8,000 per annum on a small property like this in a small town. So we purchased this property for £85,000. We've done a refurbishment on it as well. And the valuation should be anywhere between 125 to 150 on a good day, depending on what happens. So this is what we've got right now. So it's a good, lovely property where you can really make work. Your questions and comments? You had some? Feel free.
Is the rental including the bills? bills.
Is it rental including the bills? What do you reckon? Should we do rental including bills? What do you want? What should we do?
Yes.
I want to hear from you. Come on. Jim?
Yeah, HMO is easier to manage if the rentals include the bills. But my question is, how do you ensure that the bills are not abused? That's
Yeah, so I'd make sure bills are not abused, so we have like a fair usage policy. So typically that'll be about now it's about £20 a room per week. That's what it is now. If it goes well above that, then there's like a fair use policy which we put into a tenancy agreement.
How long is the length of tenancy? Is it 48 weeks or?
Yeah, so we tend to do year tenancies, and we have a rent-free period within that, which tends to be sort of 4 to 8 weeks. And that's something that's negotiable with students.
So it looks like a good gold mine area. How did you end up choosing this place then instead of other places? And do you have contacts with other letting agents? Because Gar mentioned that you met her and you saw her.
Tell us about what happened there, Gar. What happened there?
So I was I spent a long time studying your course about kind of dealing with the estate agents. I thought I'll give it a try. So I was like speaking to the letting agent, really getting in there, and then walks through and goes to the private room.
Oh, with the owner, yeah. Well, this stuff works. I mean, how do you find the masterclass or the learning that you've done with us, marrying into real life and actually watching your trainer walk into the letting agency?
Yeah, like I really, when I was going through your classes, I really resonated with it. But then I thought, the proof is in the pudding when you actually go and kind of strike up the conversations, and brilliant, it worked.
Look at that. Yeah, go and have a go. Let's see. We have proof in the pudding. Oh, look at that. Because that was quite ugly, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was at an angle, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
it really wasn't.
Oh, what? There? What's up?
No, right here. It was.
Yeah.
It was right at an angle.
Yeah.
So what did you do to the subsidence then?
There wasn't subsidence.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
So what was it?
It was a minor structural problem, and the minor structural problem was literally on the single story, and we've tied this in. Structural problem's gone because it wasn't really a major structural thing anyway. New framework and so on. We put a lintel where Andy's standing there. On top of that, there's a lintel going across here.
Okay.
All structurally sound, everything is fine. All mortgageable, everything great. See, these are things you want to look for. You want to look for the problems, the challenges. If you remember what I just showed you earlier on, you know what I mean. So if you look at the kitchen, what have we done to make sure that there's maximum space on the kitchen? What can you see that we've done there? What do you notice about the base units?
They are narrow.
They are narrow. So the base units allow more space in a small kitchen because the base unit is the same size, same width as the wall unit. Do you notice that? Yeah, but you can't really tell until you really think about it. How do you find the training marrying into real life?
It makes you feel that it can be done, and because I can relate to it, and even coming on this side visit, I realized that I can leave London and go and catch the train and go anywhere and look at properties because I've never done that before. But because I did the training and you invited me to the site visit, it's giving me that confidence which is taking me. I was quite worried. I thought, I just have to find something in London, but this works, yeah.
So now that you've seen all this, what would you say is your one word and comment? And let's go to you first.
Flabbergasted.
Outstanding.
Clever.
Job well done.
Impressed.
Contemporary.
Informative.
Yes. I was busy taking 9.
Pick a word for what you're seeing. How do you feel?
Excited.
Now my word is, I think it's always going to be, very humbled to be of service.